Hey, this is Mr. Peterson. This screencast is some directions on what you're going to be doing today. So the first thing you need to do, you're already in the instructions in Mr. Peterson. Some of you are watching this video. You're going to head to the evolution page. So click on the evolution page. That takes you to something that looks like this. You're going to scroll down or scroll up, and we're looking for this part of the page. It's on the left-hand side. And we're going to click on the image folder. So click on the image folder. This is several images. I think there are 11 total in here. And they're TIFFs, so rather than a PDF or a JPEG or a GIF or a PNG, these are called TIFFs, and TIFF stands for Tagged Image File Format. Doesn't really matter to you, but on this spot right here, so I'm going to click on the folder. I'm going to go over, and what you're going to do is you need to download this to your desktop. So you're going to download it. Click the download button, and depending on which kind of browser you're using right now, if you're using Safari or if you're using Chrome, it will show up in different spots. So I'm going to cancel this download because I already have it in my browser. I'm using Chrome. It's over here. It's also down in my downloads folder. If I open that up and I click on that, it's now unzipped it. And so it's in my downloads folder, so a little file management here. I'm going to put it onto the desktop. And all I want to do is be able to find it. That's all I really need to do. I need to be able to find it. Whew, so many windows open. Sorry, so many Finder windows open. Holy cow, Mr. Peterson. Look at all those Finder windows. Now, what you're going to do now, that was the image folder. You've downloaded that. That should be on your desktop. So there's my thing right there. I'm not going to open any of them right now. Those are the 11 files that you're going to need for today's activity. I'm going to click on this, the Animal Hands Lab. This is going to be the instructions. And you know what to do from here. You're going to make a copy, file, make a copy. I don't want to open Kaizen. Don't open Kaizen. Don't do that. File, make a copy. Oh, seriously. Stop being just dumb. So make a copy, you know how to do that. There is a Dropbox for it. So immediately I want you to submit it. You're immediately going to do that. That way you can just work on it in there. It doesn't really matter. Make sure you put your name and those kinds of things on it. And what you're going to do today is, let's go back over here to Animal Hands, and I think the default, in other words, what will automatically open, is going to be Preview. So if I double click on this, it's going to open up Preview. So here's a hand. What kind of a hand is that? So in this folder, you're going to see a variety of different images. And they have some similarities. And I want you to figure out just exactly what each of these hands are. Or each of these, some of them are obviously hands, some of them aren't. You don't have to worry about the mystery animal. We'll save that for later. You probably won't get to that one today anyway. But anyway, well, what you're going to do, if we go back to the directions, so here are the directions. Once you've downloaded the file, open the images with Preview. We've already done that. Open all the images. Briefly examine the images. And these are what you have. You have a whale, you have a macaque, a sun bear, a lion, a zebra, a sea lion, etc., 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 etc. Now what you're going to do is we're going to use Preview as kind of an image processing tool. And what that's going to do is going to bring out different aspects of each of those TIFF images from images 1 to 10. Okay, so if you go to under the Tools, Adjust Color menu. So if I go back to Preview, Tools, Adjust Color, it brings up this toolbar. Right, so I can change the exposure. That shows different things. I can change the contrast. I can change one, and then the other I can Create some highlights. That didn't really work all that amazing. What happens if I put some shadows on it? Can I put a shadow on it? Does that show some different things? The saturation, the temperature, the sharpness. If you get stuck and you're like, you totally broke the image, just hit reset all. And all you need to do is just not save the image in your folder. Okay, so don't save the image, keep the image as the original, and then you should be good. So back on the handout, which you've made a copy of, you put your names on and you've already saved it to the Dropbox. What's the description of it? You can type in these fields. What's the function? What do you think the animal is? So there are 10 different images. So describing, and here's some help for that. Does the hand appear to have individual fingers? Can you see claws? Are the bones thick? How many joints does each finger have? Can you tell the shape of the flesh covering the bones? So by monkeying around with this, can you see any skin? So by changing these tools, by changing the image, the digital image, can you see different aspects of it? And then you're going to describe those things. Okay? So that's what you're about today. The download, again, let's go back over here. Image folder. 3 dots. Download. Unzip it. Put it on your desktop. Once it's on your desktop, all you have to do is double click on any of those TIFFs and preview will open up. If you can't find preview that way, you can always go under your spotlight and type in preview and it will show up there. Okay? So, good luck on this. Make sure you Dropbox this sooner than later today, and work hard for whoever the sub happens to be. Thanks.